Hey guys, this week is Halloween week, and we are going to be talking about some creepy books. Now, I don't know about any of the other girls, but I get scared very easily, and so I don't have a lot of books to show you. I actually have more than I thought I was going to have, but let's go ahead and get started. I have one book that I'm keeping for the end, so I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit quickly because I really want to talk about the last book. The first two are not really scary as much as just creepy, and it is The Replacement by Rani Yoganoff and Fury by Elizabeth Miles. The Replacement is creepy because, I mean, look at that cover, and it's about this boy named Maki who is a changeling and got replaced as when he was a kid, and all these kids are getting replaced with dead kids, and there's this weird underground city of ugly things that lives under his town, and it's just creepy. It's just plain creepy. I'm gonna be saying creepy a lot because I feel like most of the books that I read are creepy, but they're not like outright horror books. Besides one, because one of them is really really scary. The Fury is creepy because it's about the Furies, and they're trying to kill these two people who have done some very bad things, and you just never know whether or not they're really going to go through with it. Like, there are these, like, Chase and M's chapters, there are these just really, just, like, gives you shivers parts where they're just, like, standing around and they feel, like, this energy, or they hear something, and they turn around and nothing's there, and you're just kind of like, holy crap, what is going on? The next one that was scary, like, I actually read it at 3 in the morning, and then I couldn't sleep well, is Criers Cross by Lisa McMahon. Guys, just look at that cover. You just know it's gonna be creepy. Look at that, Please Save Me. It's about this creepy little town, and this girl named Kendall, and these students are going missing from her high school, and after each student leaves, their desk stays empty, because who wants to sit at a dead person's desk? And in the desk is this scratched out, like, notes that say, like, help me, or we're listening, creepy stuff like that, and they just appear out of nowhere onto the desks. And throughout the novel, there are these little chapters of, like, whatever the creepy things are, just, like, talking, and it's really well done. Just, it's plain scariness, and, like, the book ends, like, they're like, oh my god, and then it ends with that sentence right there. Yeah, so it's just plain creepy. Yeah. The next one would be, this is not a scary book as much as it is a kind of gory book, so I feel like it fits in with the holiday. This isn't really a holiday, is it? The time of year. Ashes by Ilsa J. Bick. I recommended this last week because I love this book, but if you don't like violence, you probably will not want to read this book because it is, like, there are zombie-ish people, like, there are cannibal teenagers in this book, so it does get gory. Um, Not really gory, like, it's not something really, really intense, but it is gory, and if you don't like violence, like, if you can't stand it, you are not going to enjoy this book whatsoever. Two more. Slice of Cherry by Daya Reeves. These are the two, this one and the other one, the one that I really wanted to talk about. Slice of Cherry by Daya Reeves is, I feel like Daya's writing is whimsical and just gives you chills. The one particular scene I'm talking about, if you don't know what Slice of Cherry is about, it's about these two sisters whose dad was a serial killer, and their dad just got killed on death row, and they have kind of inherited his creepy fascination with death and killing people and organs. Particularly, one of the sisters has this really weird organ fetish, and it's just crazy. I love how Dyer writes with this, like, no hold back. She will just, like, slam you with crazy. This book is also totally crazy. It's about a girl with manic depressive disorder, which is another word for bipolarity, but Hannah thinks that manic depressive sounds prettier, and Daya just writes, like, she does not hold back. This is the kind of books that you will either love them or you will think she's crazy. There's just one particular scene in Slice of Cherry where the girls are torturing this boy, like, torturing him while having a tea party. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And the last book, which I particularly want to talk about, is Frost by Mariana Bear. This is the most recent one. I think maybe this was more recent. I don't know. This is a September 13th release. It's about this girl named Lena who's moving into this house in her boarding school for her last year of high school, and she's moving in there with her roommates. So it's only 4 of them in the house, and creepy things start happening in that house. And what I love about this book is I didn't really connect with the characters, so that's why I didn't like it that much. But what I loved is it is formulated like every good horror movie is formulated. It's not overly gory. It's not like overly scary. It's the subtle, creepy chill that you get while you're reading it. And it's more of a psychological scary than it is just like a full out scary. And what I love about the book is that by the time you reach the end, you're not really sure whether or not it actually happened. Like the ghost or whatever it is causing all of this in Frost House isn't like outright about its craziness. It does like subtle things, like it moves a photo, it drops something, um, it makes the faucet turn burning hot. What else happens? It whispers. It like makes the room really cold. It does really subtle things like that instead of just like I'm an angry ghost poltergeist. It doesn't do that. So by the time you reach the end, you're like you and the main characters are kind of thinking, did that really happen? Are we? It's here 3 options. Are we crazy? Lena, the main character, takes anti-anxiety pills, and she kind of gets a little bit addicted to them. And she's like, was it just the pills because she stops? Or was there really a ghost? And you don't know, they don't know, no one knows by the end if this was just a psychological thing or if it was a thing that was really happening, and I think that's totally brilliant. And I still don't know, and I still think about it, and I'm just kind of like, did that really happen? I don't know, and you don't know, and you don't find out because it's a standalone. I'm pretty sure it's a standalone. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, look at the last line. But does the threat lie with her new roommate within Lena's own mind or in Frost House itself? So, you don't know. Which I think makes it the perfect book for Halloween. Because it's just going to mess with your mind. It's going to inception your head. And that's all I have this week. Yeah. So I can't wait to see what the other girls have. I don't know if they like horror more than I do or something, and they'll have awesome recommendations for you guys. And expect awesome things in November because we are planning awesome things. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.